What's up everyone, my name is Brad Winter, and if this is your first time to the channel, make sure you tap on that subscribe button below and you click on that bell so you get notified every time I do a new video. Because guys, I do one every single week and I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about moving or living in Columbus, Ohio. I am a licensed real estate agent in Ohio, and as much as I love doing these videos for you guys, I would love nothing more to help you out with buying or selling your house. So hit up that number below because I'm gonna be the guy that calls you back, responds to those text messages, replies to those emails, but most importantly, I'm gonna be the guy that has your back when moving to Columbus. With all those things being said, we're gonna jump right into it because I'm gonna tell you exactly why you would wanna live in Columbus, Ohio. Number one, our cost of living. Guys, if you are moving from a major city or an expensive state, you're gonna love living in Columbus. We are on average about 11% below the national average as far as our cost of living is concerned. That's unbelievable. We're about 23% lower than the national average for our housing. So even though the housing market is super hot right now, it's crazy, we haven't seen anything like that maybe in forever, our house prices are still gonna be below the national average, which makes this city super affordable. We're also 6% below the national averages for the goods and services that make up our lives. Guys, we are an affordable city. To put this in perspective, our cost of living is 28% less than those that are living in New York City. So if you're thinking about moving here, because maybe you got family, you wanna move back home, if you're thinking about taking a job here, your money is gonna go a lot further than some of these large cities throughout the United States. Number two are housing options. This is a very diverse city when it comes to that. So if you're moving here, you're gonna have all sorts of different housing styles to choose from. If you wanna live in the city, we have beautiful old historic brick homes and bungalows and cottages. If you want to live downtown, you want to in a skyrise, we have, luxury condos and townhouses and plenty of different options. If you want to live in the city, if you want to go out to the suburbs, we have, everything that's available that you could even think of. And the cool thing about it is if you want a little bit more peace and quiet, if you want a little bit more space, you can actually, live in the country and still have unbelievable access to our city. So again, when you're thinking about moving here, we've got all sorts of different housing options for you. Number three is our diverse workforce. This is something that comes up a lot in conversation. You're gonna read all sorts of articles about it. You're gonna hear about it on the news. The city of Columbus really prides itself on having a really diverse workforce. And we have so many different options for people that live here and are looking for jobs or moving here because of their jobs. We have an unbelievable fashion industry, which is made up of L brands, that has Victoria's Secret, Bath and Body Works. We've got Abercrombie & Fitch. We've got all these different, clothing boutiques. So fashion is really big here in Columbus. Actually, I read somewhere that it's one of the top, fashion cities, I guess is the right word, outside of, Chicago, New York, and LA in the United States. We have tons of education jobs. So we have, the Ohio State University, we've got Capital University, we've got the Columbus Art and Design School, not to mention we have some of the best high school programs and private schools in the country. So if you're a teacher or you wanna work in education, there's so many different options for you to do. Also, the tech industry has really exploded here in the last 5 to 10 years. There's all sorts of articles that have been written about why, it's becoming a very popular place for tech companies to put maybe their second hub or for a startup to start here. Case in point, you've got Cover My Meds that was founded here, Root Insurance. Both companies have exploded and they employ a lot of people in Columbus. And not to mention, we have one of the largest, if not the largest, consulting firm that has a hub here in Accenture. So again, if you're looking for a tech job, if you're in that kind of field, Columbus is going to be a great place for that. Also, we have an unbelievable healthcare sector. We've got Ohio Health, Mount Carmel, Ohio State. I mean, some of the premier healthcare systems in the country. So if you're a nurse and you're looking, to move to Columbus, or a doctor or a surgeon, we have literally some of the best healthcare programs that you could have in the country. Guys, we have such a diverse workforce, and there's just tons of opportunity out there. Something really Columbus can be proud of. So if you're looking for a job, if you've got a job, if you're moving for a job, pick your sector. We've got them all. Number 4 is our sports team. Unfortunately, we don't have an NFL team, but the Cleveland Browns is only 2 hours away. Go Browns. Cincinnati Bengals is only 2 hours away as well. Not a big Bengals fan. And we don't have a Major League Baseball team, which is kind of a bummer. However, we still have tons of sports teams. You've got the Columbus Blue Jackets, who, except for this year, we've been a pretty stable NHL team. You've got the Columbus Crew, who just got done winning the MLS Cup. We're opening a brand new stadium this summer, so that's gonna be awesome. We've got the Columbus Clippers, which is the Indians AAA team. One of my favorite things to do in the summer is go to Huntington Park and watch a minor league baseball game. It's a blast. You can take your friends there, your family, and go on a date. They have so many different events that they do for the games. Definitely something that you want to go check out. And hey, who can compete with the Ohio State University football team / all their other sports? Granted, we don't have a pro football team, but there's nothing better than going to a Buckeyes game on a Saturday afternoon in the fall. So, those are kind of our professional / college sports. Ohio in general is known for their high school sports. I mean, we're a mecca for football, basketball, and baseball. So you're a big sports fan like I am. If you want to go do those things, we're gonna have plenty of events for you to go to. If you have kids, our youth programs all the way up to high school are some of the best in the country. So sports are gonna be a big reason why people like to move here. Number 5 is our location. Columbus is the 15th largest city in the United States, and we are growing like crazy, so I'm sure that is gonna change. But the cool thing about this flyover state and this flyover city is we are within a few hours drive of some major cities. Within a couple hours, you can get to Detroit, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Louisville, Pittsburgh. So we're like centrally located in the Midwest. So if you want to take a day trip somewhere, if you want to go for a long weekend, you don't have to hop on an airplane to go some really incredible cities. And if you stretch out that drive a little bit further, within 5 hours, you can be in Chicago, which I do all the time. It's an easy drive. You can be in Nashville in 5.5, 6 hours, depending on how fast you drive. And I believe it's only 8 hours to New York City, 7 hours to Philadelphia. So what a great location to be, because you don't have to jump on an airplane to go somewhere. You can just hop in the car and enjoy the drive. Number 6 is our food scene. I've talked about this before in other episodes. If you guys check out my videos, you've seen me talk about this. Columbus is definitely a foodie city. It's actually a really big test city for companies that are, trying out different food concepts or restaurant concepts. So that's really cool. If it works here, it's kind of a gauge on if it's gonna, work everywhere else as well. So that's pretty cool. We have a great food industry. Cameron Mitchell, if you guys have heard about him before, has a ton of restaurants in Columbus. And then, we've just had all these little pockets, not only of just downtown Columbus, but all the little neighborhoods surrounding it with unbelievable restaurants and food trucks and cafes and bars. So again, even though Columbus is this little city that people think about, we've got a lot of fun things to do. If you like food, you're gonna love living here. All right, last but not least, number 7 is our education. So I know you might be thinking that's boring, like, I hate school and who cares about education? But let me tell you what, education is still important. We have some of the best high schools in the country. You can find that on niche.com, I believe. We've got some great private schools as well, some of the best in the state. And we've got wonderful colleges. I mean, besides the Ohio State University, which is always going to dominate the headlines, you've got Capital, you've got Columbus Art and Design Institute, and then you've got, little colleges sprinkled throughout. So if you're thinking about education, whether you have kids, don't have kids, looking for a job, want to be surrounded by a bunch of smart people, Columbus is gonna be a great place for that. All right, guys, there you have it. Those are 7 reasons why someone would want to live in Columbus, Ohio. Remember, and this is so important, if you are thinking about relocating or moving to Columbus, make sure you pick up the phone, give me a call, shoot me a text. You can send me an email. All my contact information is below. Get a hold of me. I'm gonna have your back when moving here. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Until next time.